Hey there! Today I'm going to show you how to draw Chibi Ant-Man. So we're going to start in the middle of the head, in between the eyes, starting with a point. This is going to be the top edge of the glass. So up here I'm going to go up to the top on the left, to the highest point on the left eye, and we're going to go up to the top of the right eye with an equal length line. From here we're going to come down in two angles. So coming down on the side on the left, and then coming down on the side on the right. And I'm just trying to make sure that everything is symmetrical on both sides from the line down the center here. On the other side, I'm going to come down with a straight line. Down to the sides. And then we're going to come down and we're going to line this up with the top line here. So just coming down to here with an angled line. So making sure that this point and this point lines up. And then along the right side, again making sure that these line up. We're going to come up to the middle, but I'm going to leave a little gap in the center. So on the left side I'm going to come up in an angle, and then on the right we'll do the same thing. So coming up in an angle. We're going to go up with two short lines, and then we're going to come up to a point. So just leaving a gap right in the middle here. Here I'm going to just trace around the glass with a line, and then we're going to color that in black. So on the side here, I'm just going to go around with an equal length or equal width line going across. And you can see on the inside I'm just going straight up here. On the top, close that off, go down on the right side. And if you make a mistake or you find that one line is a little thicker than the other, you can always go back and just fix that up, especially when you're using a Sharpie marker. So we're going to go in and color this all in black. And just fill in that center area as well. Okay, so we got the glass area. Let's get into the rest of the details. So down here in the middle, in this point, I'm just going to draw a line coming straight down. We're not going to make it too long. From here, I'm going to curve out the sides of the bottom part of the mask. So this part is going to curve down to line up with these 2 points here. So just curving, a slight curve coming down. Do the same thing on the right side. So curving down. Now we're going to go up the side of the mask with a straight line. So coming up, straight line, just up there. And then from here we're going to go straight up on the side. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit longer, just so we clear the eyes a bit. Okay, from here I'm going to go straight up, just alongside the glass here. I'm going to stop right about the top there. Just like that. And then from here I'm going to angle in, just following that same angle of the top of the glass here. So this angle here, I'm just matching that right here. From here I'm going to curve up into the sides of the helmet. From here I want to kind of come up to about here. So the top of the head will probably be somewhere around here. So about halfway, I'm going to take this and just curve up and out. Up here I'm going to do the same thing. So making sure that they're lined up, curving up and out. Now from here I'm going to angle in. So angle up with a straight line going up in a diagonal on both sides. Let's make this a little bit longer here. Now from this point, I'm going to draw those two red strips that come down towards the eyes. So from here, I'm going to angle and curve right in to the top of that point, just like that. Now, for me, I'm better at drawing lines when I'm pulling the pen towards my body rather than pushing away. So from here, I'm going to come down a bit and just draw a strip. So it's that same curve coming down. Matching, making sure that it's equal width all the way through. From here, from these 2 points, I'm going to connect them with a curve going along the top of the helmet. Just like that. Okay, so we got the upper part of the mask. Let's get into the bottom. So here I'm going to draw in the mouthpiece, working its way into the earpiece here. So in the center here, tucked underneath this little arch, I'm going to draw a circle. So starting up here, I'm going to leave a gap. I'm not going to touch that line here. So up at the top here, and curve around the bottom and on the right side. Now here I'm going to draw that little detail. There's two sort of curves that have a little gap in the middle. So at the top here, I can draw a curve around, and on the right I'll do the same thing. So curving around and leaving a gap in the middle. From the top, I'm just going to draw two short lines coming down. On the bottom I'll draw two short lines, and I'll connect those 2 points with a curve going along the inside. So we're tracing this out, and we're going to color this in black. We've got a very simple mouthpiece. I'm just going to put in the detail for the mouthpiece extension, but I'm going to keep this very simple, but you can add more detail if you'd like. So up at the top here, I'm just going to draw an angled line coming down on both sides. I'm going to round out the ends, and then I'm going to angle back in towards the bottom. So there's a slight angle coming down, so it's tapered. From here, I'm going to just draw in a half circle. So up here, I'm going to draw a curve coming out. So what I want to do is I'm just pulling this out just so I can clear enough space for the arms that come out to the side. So drawing another curve here. Now from this point, I want to draw the arms that come in and out this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little gap here, along here, and I'm going to draw an angled line coming across like that. I'm going to draw that twice, right into that half circle. And up here, I'm just going to round it out like this. Do the same thing on the right side. So going up, and you can see I'm leaving a little space along, just it adds a little bit of nice detail. I'll round up the tip. Okay, now from here I'm going to draw a box that's in a little bit of perspective, okay, just to give it a little bit of interest. So up here in the inside, I'm going to draw a line coming down. Up at this point of the mask, I come down at an angle, and then I'm going to come down. And I'm going to pull that right in behind that arm. Go and draw the same thing up here on the right side. So with a straight line down, from this point, coming down at an angle, coming straight down, and then pulling that in right behind that arm. Let's go ahead and draw the rest of the boxes here. So here, I'm just going to draw an angled line. I'm going to draw the same angled line along the bottom, so connecting to that point there. I take those two lines and just connect it with a straight line. Up here, I want to draw an angled line to match that line there. So going up, and then I'm just going to pull this right in behind there. Okay. Up here, let's do the same thing. So going up in an angle, from this corner, I'll go up in an angle, connect it with a straight line. Now here on the back, I want to draw that same angled line in the back, and then just pull that in behind the mask. Let's go into the side pieces up here. So right here at the top, I'm just going to step down a little bit, and then draw another angled line. So you can see it's stepping in, so it kind of feels like it's pushed inside the helmet. On the right side, I'll do the same thing. So coming down at an angle, equal length. Now from here, I'm going to take this point and curve it right into the top of that box there. So curving around like that. On the right, I'll do the same thing. So curving around like so. And then one more time, I'm just going to put a little, I'm going to step down a little, and I'm just going to draw a curve that comes around like this. On the top here. Curving around like that. Now with these arms, I'm just going to draw a little detail that's just going to make it look like it's connected. So from here, halfway down this line, I'm just going to draw a curve. Curving in like this. If you want, you can draw another curve on the inside, just to give it a little bit of perspective. From here, let's go ahead and draw in the antennas. So right here, where this little curve meets this line here, I'm going to draw a straight line, but it's sort of slightly angled in. Okay, so from here, I'm going to pull a line down to that point. Now I'm going to make sure that this line goes just around the same length as the top of the head. I'm going to round out the top, and then I'm going to pull the line down, but it's getting a little bit wider as I come back towards the head. From here, I'm going to draw the same thing, so making sure I'm lined up at the top, drawing a straight line down, rounding up the top, and then pulling this line in. Okay, so it's getting wider as I come down. And just for a little bit of cool detail, I'm just going to draw a curve like this, and a curve like that. Just makes it look like little pieces just stuck together. So we got that If you want, you can actually go in and keep adding more detail if you like. I just like to keep it quite simple. If you want, up here, it kind of looks cool if you draw a little separation line. Just following that same curve there. I'll draw it up on the right side as well. Just like that. Okay, let's get into the body. So first, we're going to start with the upper torso. And the upper torso is quite short. With all these chibi lessons, I like to keep the body small. So with the waist, I'm going to draw it right about here. Pretty short. So on either side of these arms, I'm just going to draw a curve for the side of the waist. On the left, and then on the right side here, just curve out like this. Now I'm going to connect these, but before I do that, I'm going to have to draw on the belt buckle because it's a big, large circle and overlaps the waist and the legs. So up here, I'm just going to draw a big circle, and I'm going to trace around the middle. So there's a smaller circle on the inside. From here, I'm going to draw two. I'm going to draw the actual strap, but I'm going to draw two sort of lines coming out. So line on top and line on the bottom. So you can see it's smaller than the top of the circle. From here, I'm just going to intersect the line so it sort of overpasses that line. Draw a vertical rectangle on both sides. Let's close that off there. Now from here, I'm going to curve right in to this side of the hip. So it kind of curves upwards. This, I'm going to continue up on both sides like this. Now let's draw in some detail for the body. So there's these little stripes that go along the body. So in the middle here, from the center, I'm going to draw two lines side by side going up. This is the width of that strip that goes up. From here, I'm going to go up in an angle to the left, and then to the right, and then I'm going to go straight across to the side of the waist. And then we're going to just thicken that up along the top, and come down to a point in the middle. And the whole point is to try to make this consistently the same width all the way across. Let's go to the sides and draw that same thing. So from here, I'm going to come down at an angle, and come right down on top of that vertical rectangle. Make that thicker, just like we did in the middle. In the middle, we're just going to go up. That same thing. Okay, so that's as much detail as I'm going to put in the body. Let's get into the arms. So here, I'm just going to draw a little detail for the arm socket. So from here, I'm just going to curve up underneath the head. So this is just like a shoulder piece. Goes around. I'm going to draw the arms just sort of hanging down in fist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the inner part of the arm. The top part of the arm is going to come to about here. So I want to make sure I leave enough space so the arm doesn't look too thin. Right here, I'm just going to curve down. So this is the inner part of the arm. I'm going to curve out and round up the thumb. From here, I'm just going to do a little bracket, a little curve like that, just to finish off and cap off the thumb. From here, I'm just going to move over here and just draw a curve. So I'm overlapping one finger. I'm going to do an overlap here. So pull back, two. Now, for the third one, I want to make sure I go wide enough to make sure that the arm is thick. It's not going to be a thin little arm. So from here, I'm going to curve around. Now from here, I want to make my way underneath this chin. So right about like this. That's a good thickness for an arm, just like that. Let's draw in some detail. From this point in the thumb, I'm going to curve to the outside of the hand. This is for the wristband. I'm going to move up and draw that same curve up here. Let's draw in a little bit of detail. So up here, I'm just going to draw a little, make it look curved. So right here, I'm just going to draw a curve, leaving a gap on either side. Come down in an angle with two short lines, and then just curve and round that out. And here, I'm going to draw a line coming in an angle behind that little box, and do that twice. Now in the shoulder here, there's a circle with this little, that same sort of conduit line that goes through it. So right up here, I'm just going to draw a circle, and then I'm going to draw a slightly smaller circle inside. From here, I'm going to draw two angled lines going up into that shoulder piece. I'm going to come down, and then just curve to the outside of the arm. I'm going to make this thick, so I'm just going to curve around, and then just go right back into that circle there. Let's take that same arm and draw it on the right side. So here, I'm going to start here and curve down towards the thumb. So making sure that I'm lined up, starting here, curving out to the thumb area, rounding out the thumb. Then I'm going to do that little bracket. Let's go to the first finger. So here, round out the first finger, do an overlap for the second finger, And then the third one is going to curve up underneath here. So curving out. I want to make sure that I end up at the same place here. So just right of that curve. Just going to curve and round that out to that hand. Okay. Let's get into the wristband. So here I'm just going to do a curve for the bottom part, for the top, and we're going to draw that same detail again. So drawing that curve along the top, 2 short lines on the side, and then rounding it out at the bottom. We're going to draw those 2 little lines to separate the wristband. Now let's draw that point there. Circle, smaller circle inside. Now this angled line, so 2 angled lines coming down the arm, and rounding out to follow that curve of the arm to the outside of the arm. I'm just going to draw that twice. Okay, so we've got the 2 arms. Let's get into the legs. So the feet, I'm going to draw pretty short. So the feet, the lower part of the body and the upper part of the body are roughly the same height. So the feet are right here. So I'm going to start by drawing the lower torso line. So below this belt, just draw a straight line across like that, down the middle. On either side, I'm just going to do an overlap and curve to the heel on the left. And then again, doing a little overlap, curve heel right. Let's draw on the bottom of the feet. So the feet are going to be quite wide. So from here, I just want to curve to the front of the toe. So right about here would be good. A curve like this. Now, I'm going to take this point, I'm going to curve the top of the foot, and I'm going to aim for that heel, almost like a half circle, but I'm going to leave a gap here at the end. So doing a curve, aim for the heel, and then just kind of stop. From this hip line, I'm just going to curve down to the top of that foot. Okay, so I got that blocked in. Let's go to the right side and finish this off. So here I'm going to draw the bottom of the foot here. And then we're going to draw that curve for the top of the foot, aiming for that point. So right about here, and draw the top of the foot, and from the hip, so we curve down to the top of that foot like that. Okay, so we blocked in the legs. Let's get into the detail. I'm going to draw another line along the bottom here, just above the bottom of the foot for the sole, on both left and right side. And then let's draw a little toe cap. So at the front here, I'm going to draw a straight line going across. And from here, I'm just going to curve down towards the bottom. In the heel, I'm going to go up in an angle, and just pull a line just to the back of the heel there. Let's go to the right and do the same thing. So drawing a straight line across the top, round out the toe cap. From here, we'll do a little toe or a heel piece like that. Let's draw the top of the boot. So here, I'm going to go up just a slight bit from the top of the foot here, and just draw a curve on the left and on the right. In the front here, along this edge, I'm just going to draw 2 angled lines side by side. Just a little added detail. Now from here we're going to draw in some stripes just like we did up at the top along the legs on the side. So from this little rectangle, I'm going to come down at an angle. Come down at an angle and break in towards the side of the leg and then curve down towards the top of that foot there. We're going to start on the top again and come down at an angle, just follow that same line, going across. Now from this point, I'm going to go out sideways. So we're going to go out to the side of the leg, and then I'm just going to go in, and then curve down. Okay, so we got this little break in here, okay? So from here on the right, we're going to do the same thing. So coming down, going out at an angle, and then curving to the top of that boot. Let's go back to the top and do the same thing. So coming down at an angle, and then again from here, we're going to go straight out to the side of the leg, and then just trim that out. Just like so, and we're going to draw the little things on the side of the belt here. So from this point on the belt, I'm going to come out in an angle, come down, and pull this back in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So coming down, go behind the hand slightly, like that. And in the inside here, we're just going to draw 2 little circles stacked on top of each other. Like that. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Ant-Man. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like and share this with your friends, and make sure you check out our Chibi playlist. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.